Too bad I just missed that first trade. Alright, today is February 4th, 2013. It's Monday, February 4th, 2013. This was the first trade that we just took. Here is the 10 ticks profit that we took on it. It took us 5 minutes to make 2 points this morning. 5 minutes in one trade. We got long right in here at 96.28. We took profit up here at 96.38. Right now, talking about drawing the trend lines, this was the original trend line, but since we got this wick up here, we need to change the trend line. Slide it over just a little bit like that. Alright, so it's going down the wicks. Now we have just a tiny bit of bullish divergence here, but the place to trade, it looks like right now, is over here. Okay, this is natural gas. Since this bar is still being built, this is the trend line. We have bullish divergence over there right now. Okay. Another place that we could have traded over here was gold, right here. But we would have had to have drawn right here on this up close right here. Would have been the entry at 6661. All right, it drew all the way down here, 4 ticks, and now it's back at pretty much break even. I missed that trade. Over here on crude oil and up close above this trend line. Uh-oh, you see that? We got a wick above the trend line, and that's a new swing high. So this trend line is no longer valid. Okay, we need to draw another one. Okay. You see that's no longer a valid trend line because the trend would be going the wrong way. Over here, we're still waiting on the natural gas. You need an up close above this trend line. Over here on gold, the spot to get long would have been that up close right there. Okay. You see how we got that down close there on natural gas, and we have this wick sticking out on the top. Redraw the trend line. Okay. Now, over here, we need to have another bar to be able to draw the trend line. The Russell. All right, on gold. Gold has moved up pretty well from here, 6661. It's moved all the way up to up here. We can draw another trend line there, though we don't have much for divergence. Okay, there's our trend line. There's our divergence. Over here, this is our little bit of divergence, and our trend line over here on the crude right now would be like this. Okay. Over here on gold, we no longer have a trend line because we got a wick. We didn't get an up close. Now our trend line over here on gold would be like this. Okay, we still have bullish divergence, so there's still an up close possibility over here. Okay, there's still an up close possibility over here. There it is right there on the gold. 1667.6 would be the spot to enter on that. All right, if you wanted to jump in on that with the, it's just got bullish divergence here. It's a little long in the tooth, but it does have the bullish divergence. The Russell right now also has something you could enter on. If you got an up close on the current bar on the Russell, you could get long on that. Okay, it's got a low of 0.6. It's going to have a high of 4.0. All right. Hang on. I got long on the gold on. I did get long on the gold on that one, guys. It's right there. Okay, at 67.6. I'm going to lock in. Well, I'm going to lock in 6 ticks profit, 10 ticks profit. Jeez, I don't even know where it is right now. Okay, it just ran off my DOM. I now have 18 ticks profit locked in on that. Okay, now I'm out. I locked in 13 ticks profit. Okay, that was on the gold from right there. Okay, to right up here. Let me slide that off. The Russell, I was trying to join in on the Russell over here at 4.0. Okay, 4.0, and I'm trying again. I just put the order on. All right, and I just filled at 904 on the Russell. All right, 8 ticks risk on that, and we're looking to see the green line move up into the cycle. Okay. Jim, watch number 93. James. Watch number 93 first. That's a good one. Okay, so I'm long on the NQ. I'm not on the NQ. I'm sorry. I'm long on the Russell right now at 94 even. All right, and here that goes. I'm going to put my stop at break even on that one. Whoa. Okay, it just took me out at break even. Hang on a second. All right. So I'm out at break even on the Russell. Sorry. My son stayed home from school today. And he just came in to show me some coins. Yeah, James, watch number 93, and Brad did some really good notes on 93. So it's the notes are in there with it somewhere. Okay. All right. So here on the crude oil right now. We're testing the BBC. We have some red on the cycle. We need an up close above the trend line. Okay. Did you see how I drew that line down there? An up close above the trend line on the crude is what we need. Okay. See, we're just going to get an up close on this bar, but we need an up close above the trend line. The Russell is now moving up from where I entered. It went up 8 ticks now so far. All right, the low on this is 36, so the high is going to be 40 on this bar. If we're going to get the up close over here, the NQ. I got to check the news events. I don't think we have any news events scheduled for today.
Nope, we don't have anything of any impact going on.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, so on the crude oil right here, guys, we're looking for an up close above that trend line. We're looking for the same thing over here on the natural gas. Okay, the NQ just dropped right through the BBC. You see how the black line's dropping through? Now, the black line. Let's go over that black line thing. On the CFRN indicator, to turn the BBC on, set this to 1. To turn the black line on, set this to 1. To turn the MA1 on, set this to 1. Setting those to anything else will shut it off. If you don't have these inside your properties on the CFRN indicator, then you have an older version. And you just need to go out to the indicator store and download the CFRN indicator set again. Okay, reinstall the indicator set again. All right, over here on what is this? Natural gas. Sorry, I haven't had a lot of sleep lately. The natural gas. We're looking for an up close above this trend line over here on the natural gas. Okay. We dropped through everything here on the NQ. On the Russell, I'm flat, break even on the Russell, but this was the trade. Okay, it went here up to here. On the crude oil, we just had an up close above that trend line, 96.34. 96.34. Okay. Here's the crude oil. Okay. See the black line is still above the green right here? The black line is still above the green. We got an up close above that trend line. We didn't have to redraw the trend line after we got this wick because we had touched the BBC over here. So what we anticipate now is that the green line is going to work its way up into the cycle. Okay? So there it is. Whoa. What the heck happened? Oh no, I still had an order on for purple. Alright, well, I'm long. 96.34 was the actual entry. My entry was much better, but we'll just go with the 96.34 right here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get out right here. That's just weird. Don't know what happened there. Crude oil, not crude oil, but the natural gas. That's what I was looking for over there on the natural gas. This up close right here on the natural gas. That's what I was talking about earlier. Watch for that up close. Now we have another trend line over there on the natural gas. Right here. Okay. And let's just get us out of this thing. Right there. And let's see. Here we go. We pulled back up to test the BBC on the NQ. Sure, Dwayne. I don't think he actually did that part
Okay.
yet.
All right.
There's the down close below the trend line on the NQ at 41.5. All right, I'm a little hesitant to trade the NQ right now. The ES is going right into a weekly trading zone, so I don't want to trade any indexes going short. Any stock indexes going short. Crude oil just had a down close off the BBC. 96.29 was the spot. I'll show you. 96.29. Let me bring up my my picture. Where is it? Come on. I'm trying to bring up my picture, but for some reason it's not showing. Anyway, 96.29 was the spot to enter, and I did enter 96.29 right there. See it? All right, I'm going to put my stop at plus 2 ticks right now on 96.29. Actually, I'm going to put it at plus 5 ticks, and I'm out at plus 5 ticks. All right, I entered right over here, 96.29, where I just said, and I just got out right over here. All right, the green line's into the cycle, so I was happy taking 5 ticks on that. We'll probably move down some more down here to 96, possibly even all the way down to 96.13, but we should get another pullback before we do. Okay, let me just make sure I don't have any orders lying around. Okay, so right now, we've been going for 18 minutes, and we're plus 13 on gold and plus 15 on crude. Why not trade any index short? Because the ES is going right into a weekly trading zone. Okay, I don't trade the ES into any weekly trading zones, and if this is going into a zone, I'm actually doing hand gestures now. You guys can't see, but if this is going into a zone, then you can anticipate that the other indexes may be bouncing here as well. Okay. If the zone is going to be a place that's going to offer support, then it should offer support, because this is 500, the S&P 500. It's likely to offer support across the other indexes, and it looks like it is. Okay, the NQ just bounced up, the Russell just bounced up. I don't have a YM chart up, but I'm guessing that probably is bouncing too. That's it. That was my rule, Pete. Oh, okay. You didn't do number 93, Brad? Okay, well then we did have Herbert, I think, did 93 over the weekend. Didn't he, Dwayne?
No, I thought that was Brad that did 90. I don't know. For 93?
Yeah, I thought over the weekend.
The only one I saw over the weekend was for, I thought it was for the one that was done Thursday night.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, but either way.
But we still need to get Thursday nights uploaded.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have to. I'm going to send an email to have the password changed. That's what I'll do. That'd be the easiest way to do it, because you have another one you have to upload too, right? From a while back. All right. Well, anyway, workshop number 93. I think it's number 93. An hour and 14 minutes into it. James, that's where I start going in. I think that's where I started.
Yeah,
going
Herbert did send Herbert sent an outline for workshop 93.
Okay.
And 92.
I thought so. All right. Now, here we've tested the BBC. We have bearish divergence. We just need a down close on this bar. Okay, on the crude oil, we just need a down close. Over here on the natural gas, we need an up close above the trend line. All right, there's still a little bit of bullish divergence over here. We have bearish divergence over here. So we need a down close on the crude and an up close on the natural gas. All right, I'm going to slide that off. The Russell is going right up to the zone above. You see the zone up above here, up at 906. It's going right up there. All right. And gold. Unfortunately, gold has nothing right here. It's got beautiful bearish divergence, but the black line is above and the MA1 is below. You see how the green line is in between there? So there's no trade there on the gold. It's got great divergence, though.
Okay, so we had some questions on that Friday. What's the black line rule again?
The black line. Okay. Well, I'm actually recording it. I recorded it a minute ago. The black line rule is actually, and that was a great example of it on the gold just a second ago. When the black line is above the green and the MA1 is below the green, there's no trade. Or when the green line is in between the black and the MA1, whether it's above or below, no, there's no trade. Okay? That's one thing to do with the black line. I have another thing that I'm going to show in the partners meeting this week with the black line. It's really good stuff. It would have had you, well, it actually would have had you short right over here. But the thing with what I'm going to show you is it's just the black line. There's nothing else up here. Okay. There's we'll save that for the partners meeting. Okay. So right now we are 23 minutes into the morning. We're up 15 ticks on crude oil and 13 ticks on gold. We're break even on the Russell, which is the only other place we had taken a trade. Right now over here on the natural gas, you see how there's a little wick right there sticking up above? Just that little tiny wick. That's where you have to draw the trend line now. Okay. Over here on the NQ, well, here's our trend line. Okay, and we had some bullish divergence, so your entry would have been in here somewhere, right there. The Russell just did go right up to 906, went right up to the zone at 906. Okay, where could you have entered on that? Nowhere really. The only entry was back here, and we did enter there, but once it got up above the MA1, we put our stop at break even, and it came back and took us out at break even, and then it ran up, I think, 8 ticks from our entry. Crude oil. Crude oil went right through the BBC. Watch the natural gas over here. There may be an opportunity. In up close on the current bar on natural gas, the low is at 321, so the high is going to be at 325. Okay, as long as the low stays in place, it's a 4-tick range bar, so 4 ticks above 321, which is the low, will be 325. That would be an up close above the trend line with bullish divergence. That's a trade you can get into. Okay, so we know all that right now. You can get ready to trade it. 325 also happens to be above the high of the day. The high of the day is right here. But you could be ready to trade that right now if you get that up close there. Okay, and there it is. And if you were ready to trade it, you might have gotten into it. Okay, but there it was, 325. Okay. We have nothing there on natural gas. I'm moving that back over. Over here on the NQ, this spot right there was a spot to trade at 27.49. 27.49 right there. Okay. I'm going to draw a trend line down there for you so you can see it. The ES bounced off the zone right here. A few minutes ago. Okay, Kevin. Just a second. A few minutes ago, I had said I'm not going to trade any of the stock indexes with the ES going right into a weekly trading zone. And this is why. At the time, this is what the Russell was doing. It was dropping down. And this is what the NQ was doing right here, dropping down. And I said I'm not going to trade any of the other stock indexes with the ES going right into a weekly trading zone, because this is what it was doing. You see how it bounced off the zone? And you see what happened to these other two? Okay, that's a perfect example of why I let the ES give me some sort of, I don't know, bias about trading the other indexes, the other stock indexes. Okay. The black line. What I was talking about on the black line was right over here. See how the black line's above the BBC and the MA1's below the BBC? You don't want to trade when the BBC is in the middle of these two. Whether it's, whether the MA1's above and the black line's below, or the black line's above and MA1's below. You don't want to trade when the BBC is in the middle of these two. You see how it just turned into chop right in here? It's probably going to work its way down here, but we now have 1, 2, 3 bounces off of this level here at 7.3. Okay. What do I mean by being ready to put on a trade? I mean, you have your finger on the trigger like this. At that, that level was back here at 325. You would have your finger on the trigger like that, and as soon as you see it close, you just press it. And you enter, you enter at the bid, or you put your order on at the bid. Okay? That's what I mean. Okay. All right. I think in the last probably 10 minutes, I've recorded a bunch of good stuff, I think. I'm going to shut the recording off right now. Okay. Right now we're shutting the recording off. Plus 15 ticks on crude oil, plus 13 ticks on gold. And we are now 28 minutes into the day.